Peace. Peace with my right hand and my left. Pardon me. I got gummies in my teeth. Eating my sea moss gummies. Good morning, folks. Broadcasting live is none other than the dribble. And you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. You know I appreciate that. Norview, what up? What's the good word today? Vanglorious. That's the word. Everything's going wonderful. I've been working on my I'm in a movie. I got to memorize some lines and shit. So I've been rehearsing and shit like that. Getting in shape. Preparing for my motion picture debut. Y'all gonna see me in a minute. The website is therealdribble.com, man. Go on over there and check them out. Math Hoffa. Why? London tapping in. You seen Leak Moss threaten to beat Cassidy up in front of Max's. They is going to beat him up if they catch him. Those are the types of guys Leak Moss and them niggas is. Is Jay Prince really locked up, like Wax said? I have no idea. I don't be on Clubhouse. Cleveland, what up? Get to the website, man. You need to go over there in Cleveland, debut these and shit. Be the first nigga over there. Nah, I'm serving Cleveland, but this is called the Sweet Tart. Be the first over there with that PA knit shit. Cash out here asking for pay loans. I'm probably gonna say something about the Cassidy interview. This is what I would say. This is what I have to say, right? If I was with him and he gave me some money and told me to go to Canal Street, I would have went to Canal Street and made that shit happen. Because at this time, niggas was buying Air Force Ones out of trunks of cars all over the world. Niggas is buying Air Force Ones out of barbershops all over the world. They the same motherfucking shits that was on Canal Street. So, and this is well known that everybody was wearing them. So, niggas is too proud to go wear them knockoff Air Force Ones. That's all the budget could afford at the time. Them niggas is worried about the wrong things. I'd have went and put them ones on, man, and nobody would have ever suspected it. You rolling with Cassidy? Think a motherfucker gonna think them Air Force Ones ain't real? Go get the knockoff ones, man, until we get better. Niggas ain't team players, man. That's why it didn't work out for them. This nigga then offered to buy me some knockoffs. Man, I'll take a pair, nigga. What? Them early bathing apes that was in the hood came out trunks of cars. My first babes came out the trunk of a car. I believe a lot of niggas' first early products came out trunks of cars. Let's keep it funky, man. Niggas need to stop doing that, man. Niggas be wearing them belts, man. Niggas should have went down there and bought that shit. He said they was like $40. Let me get 3 pair for $100. Probably could have got the 3 for $100. Wore a new pair every day. Snow White. He said Canal Street had the nasty colorways. He said, do we still call you Dribble God Almighty? It's Big Brother Dribble Almighty. He said, my first True Religions came out the trunk of a car. Everybody was buying. I made a fucking video on YouTube about niggas buying out the trunks of cars. They didn't want to go get them. That's why they got left behind. He said, remember the $50 Air Force Ones? And yeah, niggas was buying them shits. Niggas was buying them. But they didn't want to wear them. I heard that before. Other niggas didn't want to wear them either. I would have worn them. Till it got better. Niggas be wearing fake jewelry until they get their chips up. You see J. Prince Sr. arrested by the feds, another black man down. I'm going to give it some time. I'm going to give that some time. J. Prince did it to himself, always running his mouth, old fake code of silence ass nigga. In the beginning, I thought y'all was being not sarcastic, but jumping to conclusions. I know this nigga ain't got arrested by the FBI. Tell me that y'all exaggerating. He said the babes out of the trunk were light as a feather. You knew something wasn't right with them, but you still hooked them up. Tell me y'all exaggerating about him being arrested by the FBI. He said in Detroit, the boosters used to say these came from New York, tricking my young ass. They did come from New York, Canal Street. That same attitude is why that Peanut 215 show went flat. Everybody wanted to look cool instead of be on a funny show and play their part. Unfortunately, yeah, that's black folks, man. That's fucked up that we can't get it together, man, in that regard. It's fucked up. He said, you killed BMF for me. I didn't do it. Blue did it. Y'all keep saying allegedly. I can't speak upon no allegedlys. No allegedlys. Not in terms of J. Prince. That's too big. It seemed that Blue didn't really like Jeezy. I was in Atlanta in 2004 and 2005 when all of that shit was going on. I was down there, especially the summer of 2005. I was down there the whole summer. Blue was a bigger deal than Jeezy at the time. He was. Jeezy was becoming a big deal. But Blue was a way bigger deal than Jeezy at the time. Cassidy was talking fly on that couch. He tired of being bullied in Philly. Cassidy was talking greasy. Cash is talking greasy, man. And he's a little dude. I don't think he would have said as much as he said if Arab was on the streets. How you feel about Cavario being on the BMF show? I don't care. I got my own thing going on. I got my own celebrity going on, man. I ain't tripping off what them niggas doing over there. I'm not. Fuck, if he was around them niggas, be on TV. Do your best, man. Black man, do your best. We still waiting on that book from Cavario and what's my man? Cavario and Benzino, The Red Roof Chronicles. We waiting on that. Peace to the Universal family. Bearded THRU. Peace to you, G. Brian Glaze Gibbs said, why can't people believe that the heavyweight hustlers and gangsters have flaws? If you would have said it, Gully, I would believe it because you official, but whack on Clubhouse with it, so I say allegedly. What role are you playing? I'm in this movie called Cream Team, and this detective, her name is Carter. She used to be in the streets before she became a police officer, before she became a detective. And she killed somebody in a traffic stop. She killed a white guy in a traffic stop, and she was, I don't know, she was in some trouble and shit. And she went back to the hood to speak to somebody that she knew before she was a police officer, a guy named Mike. That's me. I'm playing a guy named Mike. I'm a heavy, though. I got armed bodyguards and all that shit. My man Lomax, where you from? My family is Lomax's. My mother is a Lomax. Slave name, anyway. Hey, Gully, I'm not feeling them Nikes you posted. Don't buy them. Don't buy them, man. They bothered you that much that you came in here to tell me that? Don't buy them. These are John McEnroe sneakers, number one. I don't know if you know about John McEnroe. He was a tennis champion. He used to be snapping on the court, breaking his rackets, just a bunch of cussing. He was a wild dude and shit. But these was his sneakers. John McEnroe actually wore a lot of fly shit. He used to be wearing Sergio Tacchini. A lot of that shit came from tennis and soccer. All that Fila, Sergio Tech, and all of that shit. John McEnroe and them niggas is rocking that shit first, playing in that shit. But these is his sneakers by Nike. These came out in the early 80s. I was too young to get a pair. I like a pair right now. So I don't look like you on purpose with your 50th pair of Michael Jordan Concords. So I don't look like you on purpose. Can you dig it? He said, I thought he played golf. Nah, John McEnroe played tennis. Is that the actual OG colorway he wore? I think they came in blue and white. I think they came in a couple colorways and shit. He said, them shit's hot. Lomax was Demencio's father's last name. I wear New Balance Baltimore shit. Shout out to my man Scorp, North Philly. My man Scorp got the biggest New Balance collection I ever seen in life. He got so many pairs of 1500s. I got to get my 1500s up. He said, you just violated the Jordan Concords. I was the first in my whole neighborhood with them joints in 1995 when they came out. Them shits is nothing. We used to wear them shits in the snow, selling rocks in them joints in the snow and shit. Shits is nothing. All they do now is just change the colors and y'all just go crazy for them over and over. The red ones, the green ones. They just the Allen Iversons, man. That's what we call them, the AIs and shit. AI played them joints. Majestic, that's what's up. That joint butter, too. It's Canal, heavy, black. I took, black college inspired. He said, newbies is DC, not Baltimore. New Balance belonged to Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and Baltimore. It's a toss-up. Y'all can fight for it. That's all y'all do is fight for it. Ain't nobody gonna get to the bottom of it. Just, the same way you feel about it, my niggas from Philly feel about it the same way. I hate when somebody be calling me, man. And I don't like phone calls all like that. Only my mom should be calling me and shit. Text me and shit. Like, I'll approve you on whether or not you should call. He said, you crazy. New Balance belongs to the DMV. New York ain't in the... Y'all ain't in the New Balance conversation. It's Philly, D.C., and Baltimore. Walaikum salam. Make sure you get to Jumu'ah today. Straight up. Pay zakat and all that. Let's do that daily, not just on Fridays. Can you dig it? He said the cartel gave up some of the members. They went and got them. Them niggas is probably rapists and pedophiles and shit. The Mexicans gave y'all some low-life niggas, probably was doing life anyway. They probably was doing life in prison. They probably snitches, traitors, and shit. Come out here and sit y'all ass down. Let's take a picture of y'all. Tell these Americans y'all did that shit. If they come over here and get y'all on your own. That's what happened. They don't even look like criminals. Them motherfuckers, they went and got some regular motherfuckers, man. Nothing about them looked like kidnappers. I didn't get the kidnapper vibe from them. The shit that I seen on camera, the niggas that did that was a lot more malicious looking, trust me. Boom, boom. He said, I'm a Bronx nigga. It's Air Force Ones, Jordans, Air Max, and foam posits. Them DC niggas claim foams too. DC and Baltimore claim foams too. What books you read now? I'm listening to a lot of audio books. I'm going to tell y'all what to dribble on right now, right? I'm a practicing contrarian. Me being a practicing, this is something that just happened in my life. I just transitioned. I'm a 5%er. I was raised in the Nation of Islam. But I'm also a contrarian and shit. I'm constantly building. I was looking at a video. I can't tell you how I seen it or where I seen it at, but I seen it. There was a white man talking about doing the opposite on purpose. It was called the billionaire mindset. Doing the opposite on purpose. And I said, This is what made this BMF shit transpire for real. This new practice I have. So I'm listening to this white man talking about being doing the opposite on purpose. It's on YouTube too. And I'm like, word? He said, yeah, failure is often found in the herd. In the herd. Failure is often found in the herd. False opinion. Everything, the herd is often wrong. 80 or 90% of the time. He gave, he offered a statistical number that said that the herd is often entirely wrong. You feel me? I went further into this theory that this white man had, and it led me to other videos that spoke of contrarians, people that oppose popular opinion. And I found that there was fortune on the other side of popular opinion. And I said to myself, man, this BMF shit is heating up. It's heating up. I knew a lot about this. I knew a lot of shit about Big Meech and them niggas, but I didn't want to get on here and get my money. I was scared. I was scared to get the fortune. Not until Blue came out did I decide to launch my expose. I could have beat Blue. That's what I'm saying to y'all. So that's, as far as theories and the information I'm taking in, be a contrarian. Do the opposite of what everybody's doing. And I apply this in my life too. Like, everybody just went to the concert. It was a big concert in Cleveland recently. Everybody just went to that shit. Everybody. I used to be a part of the herd going to fuck my money up on purpose. I used to be a part of the herd. You a part of the herd. You Concord Air Jordan niggas, whenever they come out, you go with the herd to go fuck your money up. And I'm telling you to get out of the herd. Because there's no fortune in the herd. There's nothing but failure found in the herd. So, Damn, I'm up here dribbling like a motherfucker right now. Y'all gonna have to play this back. Ooh wee. He said, shout out to DC. I was bidding on y'all, Slim. He said, foams are called dope dealers in Baltimore. He said, that's right, make your own way. I just dropped some heavy shit on here, man. I go into zones and shit, man, where I black out. I just blacked out on here a second ago, man. Y'all better go capture that shit, play that shit back. I be running through so many books now with so much game and reading. This all started from that billionaire mindset. That started from me listening to 50 Cent audiobook, Hustle Smarter, Not Harder. It started from that, but it was a process and shit. He said, you should have took that game to YouTube. No. I only told that shit to a couple niggas around me. I told it to Bimmy. Blew his mind. I just shared it with y'all and shit. You know what I mean? If you was here, if you caught that, do the opposite. Everything that... I'm trying to stop smoking weed right now and shit. I'd really be a billionaire then. But my weed situation is tied to me editing footage and shit. Like, it's tedious. Like, niggas that edit footage, you go to producers and shit that they gotta mix music and shit. Them niggas gonna be smoking a lot of blunts or smoking something, black and mild something, because you gotta sit there and every detail. Like, I handle that shit, man, and I'm used to having blunts in my hand and shit. But get on the other side of the herd. He said, free audiobooks. Yes, they do. Foams hurt. I tried to play basketball in them joints. I don't know how niggas hooped in them joints. The niggas that hooped in foams, number one, I believe you need 2 pair of socks, because I felt the knuckles of my toes was brushing up against the inside of that hard-ass plastic and shit. I don't know how niggas played them back. I just don't know. And they heavy. He said, I had to break the habit with healthy snacks. So not following the herd is saving you money also? Absolutely. Absolutely. Most of us live recklessly with money. That's why blacks are the number one consumers of everything. Black people. We spending money we don't even got. I know them crackers be like, man, where the fuck do they be getting all that goddamn money from? Just got to get some discipline, man. It's a process. A little bit at a time. What's your favorite shoe from back in the day? I play in Air Raids, Tim Hardaway's. You got to switch the insoles for the foams. You got to get the foams a size bigger. That's too much to deal with trying to hoop. I used to play in cross trainers a lot. In the early 90s, it was a lot of cross trainers like Junior Seau, Bruce Smith. I used to play in them joints. The herd have you drinking heavy every week. Big bottles with the same people. We can't get a house or own something. Nah. I ain't got no favorite sneaker of all time. One of my favorites is these kangaroos. They was Walter Payton kangaroos, had number 34 on them. They was orange, black, and white. I can Google them. I look at pictures of them all the time. Like every now and then I'll Google this pair of sneakers. They was some kangaroos, Walter Payton kangaroos. They was cold-blooded. I got them for my birthday back in the day. They was the shit. He said, I'm still tripping about them Joe Wilkins you told me about the other day. He said Reeboks, Preseasons, Bo Jacksons. Cross trainers was good to hoop in because cross trainers was the first quarter cut shoe. Like Bo Jacksons and shit like that. Back in the day, you either was going to play in a high top. Nobody was playing in low top sneakers back in the day. Boom, boom, boom. Is there any truth to Jay Prince getting booked? I think it'll be big news. I might have got a phone call by now. He said, I love the high top Spaldings. I just copped Nike Air Trainer a couple weeks ago. I don't really buy sneaks out of like Foot Locker and shit like that. I get some Hirachis out of there or something like that. But every sneaker I wear is old, like from the 90s and shit, 80s or 90s. I don't wear new sneakers. There's not one new sneaker that's came out that I've been impressed with. Like, you know, I bought a pair of Kyrie's a couple years ago and shit, but none of these sneakers that come out I'd be impressed with at all. He said Foot Locker is dead. Dead as a motherfucker, yo. They don't even be having Air Force Ones in Foot Locker all like that. The white on whites, they sell out all the time. You ever thought of doing a fitness segment? I did the burpee challenge on my channel. The designs are nothing new. That's why New Balance is such a big deal right now. Because ain't no new sneakers coming out with no hot shit. All them New Balance, you too, Moni. All them New Balance, them shits is old. Boom, 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 boom. That's all that's left, Foot Locker and Champs. Like last year, it was some type of dispute between Nike and Foot Locker. I believe Nike said they're not going to give Foot Locker they top sneakers no more and shit. Like, you got to buy the top, whatever Foot Locker been selling, they probably got that. But Nike not giving them no new sneakers to sell. You got to buy that shit from Nike now, I think. He said the Nike store in Soho. Buy all my shoes online for the most part. You can't walk in no sneaker store and get no Lottos. You got to order that shit. DTLR is still on top. I bought some troops out of DTLR in Atlanta. He said more Nike stores popping up. They going to take their shit from Foot Locker completely. I'm telling you, it was a dispute. And I said to myself, it was a post. You can look this up. I said, if Nike take their shit away from Foot Locker going to go belly up. He said, yeah, Nike not messing with Foot Locker. They even took the House of Hoops out of the stores. Damn. That's why it ain't no House of Hoops all like that no more. Sheesh. They had the troops in DTLR. He says Zips was a fire pair in the late 70s. I was born like, when I was a kid, Zips was the shit. Zips was the shit when I was a kid, but I didn't get no Zips. I start getting sneakers like right after the Zips era and shit. He said, I didn't realize that Nike parted ways with Foot Locker. I think it's been like 2 years now. Shoe Palace is the new Foot Locker. So that's why House of Hoops ain't a big deal no more. StockX and all that shit put their ass down. Sean Kemp crash. I gotta go live on that a little later on my sports channel. Jaclar, Willie Esco should have gave me that endorsement deal. He gave it to Dame Dash. They calling it the CEO. I could sell more kicks than Dame. Somebody must really want my attention, man. I gotta get up off here. I'll holler at y'all in a minute. Peace.